Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my Reading Rush TBR. The Reading Rush starts tomorrow. What? I'm so excited. We just got done with the biannual bibliothon. And I had the weekend to sort of breathe, compose myself, and tomorrow we start with the Reading Rush. The Reading Rush, I believe, is from the 22nd through the 28th. There are 7 challenges that you can double up on, but they suggest not tripling up on challenges. And also there's a bonus challenge that is read 7 books this year. They have a website where you can win badges, which I'm super excited about because I am like the checklist kind of girl. Like I need recognition, or I need to see that I've checked off in to-dos, right? And so badges just makes it so much fun and easier and more competitive, which I'm not a competitive person, just with myself, I guess. So I have my stack right here, and let's just get into the books that I am going to read. So I was a little bit smarter this year, or this readathon around, because I always pick regular size books to do these readathons. And that's not the smartest thing, because then you're just setting yourself up for failure. At least I am at the speed that I read. I know there are other people that could probably read like a 400-page book every day, but that's just not me. So with that being said, a lot of these are super short books, which I'm okay with. And I do have 7 books. I don't know that I'm going to be able to finish all 7 books, but I am going to try my hardest to finish all 7 books. So let's start with the first challenge is purple on the cover. For that, I'm going with And Every Morning the Way Home Gets Longer and Longer by Frederick Bachman. I've never read a Frederick Bachman. This is not my genre at all. This is like super far from my genre, but it's super short. It was in my, it's a novella. It was in my collection and it has purple here. So I said, sure, why not? Let's give it a chance. And so we're gonna give it a chance. The second challenge is read a book in the same spot for the entire time. And for that, I am going to read Out Behind the Barn by John Bowden and Chad Lutzke. I just read my first Chad Lutzke for the biannual bibliothon, and I fell in love with him. And so this was sitting also in my collection, really short, really tiny, and I've heard nothing but good things about it. So I figured, why not? Let's do this. And it's short enough to where it doesn't have to be in one sitting, but I figured I could just get it out of the way in one sitting in one spot. I always read in the same spot anyways, so one of 2 spots, either here in my room or in the living room. I don't read anywhere else, or by the pool, but I'm a little bit too over crispy right now to be going to the pool to read. Third challenge is The Lighting is Changing. Third challenge is a book that I meant to read last year. I mean, my whole entire TBR, my whole entire physical TBR I meant to read last year. But for that, I'm gonna go with Kill Creek by Scott Thomas. I actually have an arc of his second book, but I'm just a weirdo where I like to read the first, like the debut novel. I like to read books in the order that they were written by the authors. So I know it's kind of silly. But yeah, so I decided to read this so that I can get into Violet and see what that's about. But Kill Creek, it has to do with a haunted house kind of thing, I think, where a couple of writers go to this house to do something. I don't know much else. You guys know me, I don't like to get into my synopsises too much. I like to go into my books kind of blind. Everybody raves about this book, so I am excited, once again, to read it. And so that's why I chose this one mostly out of all the ones, because I've been staring at it, and in my mind I always said, okay, in the summer, in the summer, in the summer. I don't know why I see this as a summer read, but that's what we're doing. Fourth challenge is a debut novel, and for that I am choosing Final Girls by Riley Sager. I have also chosen to listen to this on audiobook. I always like to listen to audiobooks for readathons. I'm not an audiobook lover, as you guys know. I have mentioned that a million times, but for readathons I feel like it makes it much easier because I can be doing chores and listening to that. And so I did find this one on Scribd, so I'm gonna go ahead and listen to it, so I'm excited about it. I read Lock Every Door a couple weeks ago, or last month probably. No, I think it was this month, and I loved it. Now, as I mentioned a little bit prior, I like to read authors' works in order, but since I had an e-arc for Lock Every Door, I wasn't able to read his work in order, but this is his debut novel, and so I'm excited to read this one so that I can get to the second one. I've heard nothing but good things about this too, so yeah. The fifth challenge is to read a book with a non-human main character. So for that, I don't know why I'm talking like this, like it's a game show. For that, I'm choosing Animal Farm by George Orwell. I've never read Animal Farm. My husband has been dying for me to read this, so I figured perfect challenge, perfect size for the readathon. Sixth challenge is to read a book with 5 or more words in the title. And so for that, I am going with a book that I actually have out from the library, which is The Murder of Roger Ackroyd by Agatha Christie. I believe this is her debut novel as well, so if I have to end up doubling up on challenges, I have a few other books that can double up, but I know this one can double up for debut novel. I actually took this one out of I've never read an Agatha Christie before, so I just found it perfect that I get to read her first book for the readathon. But I had this checked out because I was planning on joining a book club here locally, and it's like a murder mystery book club. And this was the book that they were going to read, so I just checked it out. I never read it. I never went to the book club. My book got renewed automatically, and so I thought that it would be perfect because it has 5 words or more, and then I can finally turn it back into the library. And then the last and final challenge is read a book and watch its adaptation. Now for this, I've been waiting all month for this. I'm actually joining another read along for this book that starts on the 26th because it's Shark Week, and that book is Jaws. I've never read Jaws before. This is by Peter Benchley. I've watched the movie, and not in its entirety. I've watched pieces of the movie. So I'm excited to read the book and then watch the movie and see how they differ. But we decided, I'm actually, like I said already, joining a read along, and we decided to read this book right when Shark Week starts, which is the 26th, and it lands perfectly with the readathon. So I said, why not do this and then watch the movie during Shark Week. My husband is a huge shark lover. He has a shark tattoo on him. He watches Shark Week every single year, so I just thought it was so perfect, and I'm so giddy about reading this. I started the first chapter when I first bought it, and when I knew that we were going to read it as a group, and it was pretty interesting. So yeah. So that's it, you guys. Hopefully I could get this video up today. I'm not the type to like film and edit and post on the same day, but like I said, the readathon starts tomorrow, and procrastinating. I always wait till the last minute to do everything. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know down below if you're participating in the reading rush and what your TBR is and what you're most excited for. What challenge, what book. If all of it, then tell me all of it. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.